Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, I see the title is... I mean, the title is fine, but the daily thing is not correct. Let me... Using SIG. Because we changed that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we are not as far as we were with Python yet. I tried to get to the same state, but I mean, we're close. But what I did in Python... Where are you now? Yeah, this is my test string. We don't read the actual files currently in SIG. And then I'm still struggling a little bit with SIG. I'm not 100% sold on it yet. Oh, okay, nice. The main reason why I'm not sold is, well, early days, right? I'm using the language for a day. And it's definitely not done. You can see that in a couple of places that SIG is still a bit rough around the edges. But so far it's quite nice. But what I don't understand, and that's a me issue most likely, is how to format things. God damn it, you're old. But I don't know it, so maybe I'm old as well. Not sure if people still know that. Well, probably they do. How I can make this type that I have, this struct, be used in like a format string. I thought I read that it should be something like that, but it just doesn't work. So if anybody is like a SIG specialist, let me know. But yeah, this print test type just doesn't work. And as soon as I write this to, I don't know, wrap it in some sort of thing, I guess in an array, or I don't know, maybe that's just how you do the arcs, I don't know. It as well doesn't work because it complains that it wants to write out 5 things of that type. No, in this case it says that it needs F or any here. Well, I thought I have one, but it seems like it doesn't work. I have like this format function, which according to some documentation from 6.0.13 or 11 says that this is how it should work. I mean, I'm outputting the same stuff here, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. We could as well just do that, right? But it just doesn't execute this function. For some reason. I mean, maybe I need to do this. Let's see. I mean, it's not important. I would have wanted this to have like a debug view, but what can you do? Sure. Always. Yeah, it doesn't. It just prints the whole thing. It's so bizarre. That doesn't work. Okay. Okay. And both your exes are together with each other now, or what? Somehow I feel like I know where this story is going, yeah. It's like... Oh, god damn it. Yeah, that's funny. But are you like from the same friend circle that it kind of makes sense, or did you meet like individually and it just, yeah, really coincidence? Alright, whatever, we are not doing that now, so let's see. I think I can just output it if I do this, right? And that will do it correctly. Yeah. I'm really not sure why. I will look that up later, how to format this. It has to be possible somehow. But the documents are really sparse on this. This should work. It doesn't. Okay. I see. So I mean, somewhat close, but maybe not the same friend circle. Okay. Well, still weird coincidence, but yeah. All right. So we have this, and what I wanted to do is there's not kind ID. I think I wanted to output that as well to see what that does. Do I output the kind ID like that? It seems like I do. So we are using tree sitter as well for parsing now, which gets rid of all the ugly regex that I had. I'm just curious if I should use it by ID or if I just do the string comparison. I probably do the string comparison. It's most likely safer. Although it's probably fine. Okay. I see. She is already thinking you're harassing her with wedding invitations. Stop harassing your ex with wedding invitations. Maybe she was already thinking as well that it's fake if she receives 4. Oh yeah, that is why maybe, yeah. Or would be awkward, right? To invite your whole family from your ex. That's like super awkward. Okay, so probably we do FN R's like, or like walk AST, and we get a cursor, tree cursor. I think it's tree cursor or something like that. Yeah, it is tree cursor, but it's probably TS tree cursor. Oh, that's not it. Oh. Oh no, it complains that it's unused, right? Yeah, okay. I kinda don't give a Loch Ness about it. Is that a Croatian saying? I've never heard that. That's a funny way to put it. I mean, I do understand it, but I've just never heard that. Or is that your saying that you made up? That one I know, but it's more American, I think, or British maybe. Shut the front door. I think I was more. I know it from like a British person I know. She sometimes said that. Kind ID. Nah, let's do kind. I don't give a Loch Ness? No, I don't think so. I mean, at least nobody in English said that to me. Maybe in Spanish, but then I probably didn't understand it or didn't realize it. I don't think anyone ever said that. But I'm not... Maybe. No, I don't think so. Node kind. If node kind std mem equal u8. That is like one annoying part as well, I have to say. Like how you do string comparisons, not my type of thing. Namespace definition. And let's do a print. Entering namespace %s, and then the question is, how do we get that? Node or cursor bytes. How do we do that in Python again? Because in Python I already did it as well. So let me quickly open that. Code gen. I think it's here, right? And we walk this and we do code bytes. And that is the source content. What? Ah, that's the U8. Okay, and then we give it that. Ah, and we have a start and the end byte. Okay. So what we probably do is that same thing. Node start point. What is start point? Hmm. But can't I then do a slice? Can I do a var or const slice is std slice? Sorry. Ah, okay, you're flaming your internet. I mean, maybe someone said that? I'm not sure. Probably someone said it and I just didn't translate it in, like, yeah. Let's see, how do you do a slice? Is it maybe that I just do a... Can I do a U8? Slice? Oh, that's the example, that's not how you solve it or what? SIG language. It got me indeed. Or slice. How can I do a substring thing? What is the appeal? Everything is better than Python. That's the appeal. Anything but Python. Don't get me started on that. I don't want to change again. Please don't. I didn't look at it. Don't make me restart again. No. End byte? Let's try that. Start byte? I don't know. Does that work? Probably not, right? Why not Rust? They really didn't make it very appealing to me. I was considering it, but I want one feature that SIG or Python can do, hopefully. Well, it's Python, I did it already. In SIG, I think I got something. Because C and C++ can't do what I want to do. You will see it at a later point. The first example is so easy that, yeah, C could do it easily. The bigger question is, how do I do a substring out of those 2 bytes now? God damn it. Alright, so what do I want to do that? Well, I mean, they can, but it would be very ugly. I can show you. Where is it? C projects. So I did a prototype here already in Python. So what can C not do, or C++ would be very painful, is for example, is there a good, yeah, the editors is probably the best example that I have working. So the editors would be code generation for the editor code of components. So let me open the C++ thing. So they basically generate, where do we have? Oh my god, please load. Resharper, come on, you can do it. Transform component in editor. So they would generate this part, right? And yeah, I know, I probably will change, but not sure when yet. I mean, it's just installing, but yeah. So yeah, Python will generate this. And what I want to do as well is support that you can have read-only here. So I basically imguid disabled or something like that. I think it's called begin disabled and then end disabled. So everything is marked with that. And to support that in Python, what I did is I have a default editor which just has a generate editor function, which just basically outputs this. Stop it. Too many. I mean, C++ 26 reflection looks like brainfuck. So maybe I should switch to that. So yeah, we generate this for the default editor, and then we have other editors. For example, the one for floats and integers. It will support a min-max step stuff. So we have this. And then I want the user to be able to add other editors as well. So we have an asset editor, attribute editor, slider editor, and stuff like that. And then what I do with Python is I go over all the files in this directory, collect them. So basically runtime reflection, collect all the editors that we have defined. And then in the code generator, I just iterate over this loop, over this array, and check if the type, so each attribute editor has a supported type list, and if the type that I'm currently having as a field in my component is supported by the editor, then I take that one and call this generate method. If it's not, I go to the next one, check it, blah blah blah, until I reach none, and if there is none, then I take the default editor. And of course that's possible in C++, but either I would have to register this somewhere manually or do it with macros. And I think that those are the only two options that come to mind right now. So either I manually have to register it somehow, or a macro could probably do that. But I don't really want someone to then need to do here as well, register editor. Maybe, but I mean, why? I mean, yes, maybe. But at that point, why? Then I need to create a new DLL for every editor. No, I mean, it's valid question, but I think it's like overkill. But it could probably work, yeah. Not too familiar with what you can do with DLLs. I think the last time I wrote a DLL was somewhere in C# times 2012 or something like that, where I wrote like a DLL that you can hot reload and stuff like that. So yeah, and I think SIG can do something similar with their compile time stuff. But yeah, that would be a little bit more painful to say. It's possible in C and C++, of course. But either you need to do the manual step then, or it gets a little bit, yeah, weird. Nah, that guy is weird as well. Oh, okay, I do it like this. So I do const u8 slice with probably this, and the length is start byte minus end byte probably. And then I have my slice. I don't know, the Jonathan Blow is his name, right? Kinda lost my, I won't say respect. He did some good stuff, but I mean, the moment you flame other people for no reason, I kinda don't want to do anything. I have anything to do with you anymore. And one time, or like multiple times, but one time I saw it, he did it with like blatantly like saying if you're in web dev, you basically already are worthless and lost, and why would you do that? And I'm like, maybe people enjoy that, right? I mean, who the hell are you to tell them what they enjoy? And if there's nobody doing web dev, then we would live in a completely different world. So it was that kind of, I'm not a web dev and I would not want to do it, but I don't understand how someone can say something like that. Yeah, the thing is, he said it that often that it's at some point it loses like, and it, with a serious tone, that it for me lost like the choke. Even if he maybe like tried to, maybe it's like rage baiting choke kind of thing, right? But at some point it just gets boring, I would say. Slice of non-array type. Oh, it's a U32. Oh, maybe I need to do this, and this is still a U8. Maybe I need to do it like that? No. Node.start point. What is range? Ah, wait, okay, I think I know what to do. Hold on. I need the actual content. So probably this, right? This is my content. So we need to do it similar to the other code in Python, where we give in the content always. And then, yeah, then we don't do this, but we do content and, or this one, content, U8, whatever the thing is, it's really annoying. Is it U8 dot slash 0? Const. And I don't know, is it here the pointer? Always forget. Const. Something like that, it has to be something like that. Is it like that? Is that a 0 terminated or is that a 0 length? And node end byte. Maybe? It's somewhere like that, but yeah, that this is wrong. I mean, his language is like in development for I don't know how long, right? So not quite sure if he can deliver on that. Yeah. How do I do a slice here? No, not here. Slices. Zero array. Yeah, but how do I do an I mean, I guess I could do it where just that, right? That should work. No? Wait, did I not have... I mean, I have it here. Oh, okay, it's like this maybe. I did it wrong. Okay. Oh yeah, entering namespace. Namespace B. Oh wait, it's the full thing. I see. That's the full node. We don't want that. I think we don't want that. I think I want namespace, I think. Entering namespace. I mean, kinda. I think I need more than that then. I think we always want to still print it regardless. So let's still print. I mean, we can do it inside here. We always print our type. Node kind. But that should do that, I think. That should still... okay. Yeah, no, it's not namespace. It's maybe namespace identifier that I want. Okay, yeah, I think I want namespace, and then probably I want to get the next one. So basically cursor get where how do I do that nicely? Do I need a state machine or something like that? Because I assume that... Let's actually do that. So you like var scope is 0. And then if we go to first child, we increment our scope. Why can I not do that? It doesn't have a pre-command? Really? Now we yeah, that one stays the same, right? And here we decrease the thing by 1. Let's give the scope in. Because why not? uint int u32, I don't know. And then let's scope depth. If I do that, that's like so weird. This auto format is a bit sus. Alright, what the? U32. Fascinating that it thought it would need to do that. But can I do now this? It doesn't have that. Expected statement found. Fascinating. Does it have this? Okay. What the? I mean, maybe I'm stupid. That might be as well. Sig pre-increment. array increment. Okay. Integers. Addition. Negate. That's an inter. Ah, no, that's fine. Yeah, never mind. I'm stupid. All good. Division, remainder, bit shift. Concatenation. What is array multiplication? Holy, why would you need that? I mean, I don't see the reason why you would ever need that, but okay. You have that, but not a plus plus? Really? No, there is a plus plus. But where is it? Oh no, that's not the same plus plus, right? So that's why it's not there, or what? Because they use the plus plus for concatenation. That's a weird thing. I mean, it's not the end of the world, right? Plus equals 1 is fine. It's just weird. Alright. It's a weird thing. I mean, I don't know. There is a couple of things that I think are weird so far that I'm not entirely sold on. Like the whole how you compare strings. Really, we're in 2025. Do we really need to follow what C and C++ do in terms of string comparison? Do we really need to make it as complicated as possible? I talked with someone in my company today, because I'm thinking like we're in 2025, right? This should be totally valid to do this. Because he was arguing, how would you know that you don't want to compare the pointers? And I'm like, I'm doing it with a string literal here. So the compiler should easily know what I'm trying to do here. I would never want to compare this with a pointer in this case. I do understand that equals if this is another string, my other string, then you could argue, how would you know that you want to compare the content and not the addresses? Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's different than I write this string literal here instead of... As I said, it's fine if I would write something like my jar here and then have the string literal here and then do this. Then I'm fine, and I could understand the reason why it's maybe hard to parse that and why it shouldn't be maybe allowed. But in this case, I don't know. It's 2025, we don't need to make it more complicated, and like writing that whole thing a pain. And then why do I need to give it U8 here? It should know that it's a U8. Why do I need to do that? Those two types... Oh, you can. Never mind. You can? Is that really possible? Or does it now complain? It complains, right? Expected argument 3 found 2. Why? Why do you need that? God damn it. It should be able to do that. I do understand that if maybe I want to compare it with a U32, fine, let me specify it. But if I don't give it, then please do the... No, we are not. Hell no, I don't want to do that. Okay, so we have depth 1. And then we have namespace. Namespace identifier. So it's on the same depth. So it's a sibling, right? So basically I should be able to do if or like while cursor maybe if cursor get sibling. That's what I found, that you have to do this to string compare. I don't know. I am as well. I would even prefer, like, if you have, like, for example, like separate keyword, I don't know, you can say node kind compare, right? Or something like that. And then I have my other string. That would be already better than this crap. But yeah. I don't know. It's me being grumpy, I guess. How would I want to do that? Yeah, it is. It is. It has structs and compile time. You can do compile time types, which is kind of nice. You can fake OOP with that. It's another reason why I wanted to try it. I've never used like a non-OOP language, like really yet. I mean, I did a little bit, but not really a lot. So it's nice to try. I'm wondering what the best thing here is. Maybe we have two functions here and we do a walk down. And that is basically this. No, that's this. And then this is just the walk and it can only go to the next sibling. Does that help me? Oh, I mean, maybe. Let's do a var namespace stack. And that probably is a std. Do we have a stack? Array list. I mean, I could probably do an array list. Deck. But deck is not the same, right? Big stack. It is. Okay, it is an array list. Can be basically. Okay, so then let's do an array list of strings. Or actually we do it like this, right? And then init arena. Is it like that? And then we defer namespace stack D in it. Yeah, it's not really dark magic what Unreal does actually. Unreal I think does it very, very naively, I would say. I mean, it works. I think, yeah, Unreal uses their header tool to write basically static IDs for their types with macros and stuff like that. I might be wrong about that. And then Captain Chico suggested one recently as well. Yeah, that is a little bit more, I would consider dark magic. But it only works in the same runtime. If you're talking about the same thing, it doesn't work as like a save to file and load from file. It's really only in one run you have. So let's pass in the namespace stack here. That is basically an array list of that. Where is it? Namespace stack this. And namespace stack this. And maybe I don't need that. Let's actually just do that. Is it the static function thing? Yeah, it is. Well, the address of a template function or like template static basically thing. Yeah, I think it is that, right? Yeah, I'm not 100% sold on Sig. Well, we restarted from Python to Sig, and now I'm struggling with Sig, so trying to learn myself Sig. So it's getting there. It will be a little bit of time, but it's not really a reflection. I wouldn't call it a reflection. I mean, I guess it how you define reflection, I guess, but I wouldn't consider it reflection. Let's see if we popped or if std. Well, actually, let's not do that. Let's do here the node kind ID as node kind ID, and then if our node kind ID equals did I not output that anymore? No. Unfortunate. Let's output that again to see what that is. Let's go here, namespace stack. God damn it, what is it? Has no thing in it. Unfortunate. Alright, how do you do that in the newest one? Really? You don't have a better thing here for array lists? Better help? Oh my god, I hate it so much that this documentation is like only half there. Do I need to do init capacity? But how, do I need to know how big it is or what? Or do I just give it a default size of like, let's say 5 and then it can grow beyond that? I need to do allocator here, right? No? Ah, wait. Is it or else return? Okay. Do we want to do try then? No. It's not the init. Oh, it is the init. But we give it the allocator again? Really? That sounds useless. Um, 68 is the closing bracket, okay. So if our node kind ID equals 68 const closing, like closing scope or closing, yeah, let's call it closing scope. Kind ID. Let's then do namespace stack pop. Yes, but you can make it more complicated than you need to, right? I give it already an allocator here. Why doesn't it take it? Why do I need, like, for example, in other cases, I don't need to do that, right? Here, in like the hash map, I just give it in the init, but in the d init, I don't need to give it because it makes sense, because I give it an allocator already. So why is the array list different? So why does the array list work like this? It's like, exactly. I would argue this should take the allocate. But I guess it doesn't. For whatever reason it doesn't. And that doesn't really make sense in my mind. But what can you do? But again, might be a me issue. Might be me doing it a little bit wrong. And we pop that here. But we can't pop it right away, right? I mean, what we could do is... I'm wondering how to parse this the most. Or like in a clean way. So either I do like a top level thing, go down into the namespace. Well, it seems it did in the past because I found like a guide for, I think that's for, yeah, 013, right? So they did it in the past. But then they changed it. I don't see a reason. They probably had a reason why they changed it. And probably a good reason. But for me, this looks better than what I have to do now. But yeah. There's a lot of things that I don't quite understand, but it's fine. We make it work. So I guess what I could do is do the same thing that I do in... Let's actually try that. So we should be able to do that. Does it now crash at runtime? Yeah. What? Cast discards const qualifier. What? Expected type. Hop. I need to do that or what? No. What the actual... Yeah, but I mean, I still... That's the string inside, right? That's an array list, like a std vector of strings. And I would want to do namespace stack end here. Oh, I need always the allocator or what? Really? That is a horrible syntax. Is that really how you do it? I'm this close going back to Python. Why would you do that? The old syntax was so much more reasonable. You did a init and then you append to it. Why would you do it so unnecessarily stupid? Why generate code for C++? Why not? It's very helpful in a lot of cases. In my case here, it reduces the amount of boilerplate that I need to write. So for components in my ECS system, I need to write a function to render it in the editor, in the property grid, so that you can change the properties of a component. And we need to serialize and deserialize it for saving and loading scenes. And that's all code that you need to write, which is just boilerplate that is always the same. And I want to generate that automatically. Yeah, no, macros are not very good. Yes, macros can do it, but macros are ugly. They fail as soon as you have template arguments, like templated classes. Macros cannot handle template classes. So as soon as you have like struct or like my type foo, good luck with the macro. So there is a couple of reasons why macros are bad. That is like the biggest one for me. Not to mention that I think macros are ugly to write and ugly to maintain and everything. And a lot of proprietary engines, as well as Unreal, for example, uses code generation as well. Not that this is a good reason, but it's as well shown that it's quite useful. And I know a couple of proprietary engines that I've worked with use code generation as well, because it makes sense. It reduces the amount of errors that you can like do yourself. And macros can only get you that far. For example, a macro wouldn't give me the possibility to do what I plan to do is where is it? Is it here? No, I think it's actually in the project, right? That I put it. I think it's in here. Yeah, so if I have a component file, that's the future, and I have those attributes, good luck with the macro with that as well, because how would you do that in it? You would need different macros for the different things, and then you basically write the code already. Is your fiance a programmer as well, or what? Now I'm curious. Not yet, no. We are not touching the comp file yet. The first step that I want to generate automatically is currently in CMake. I do that in CMake, but I want it as a post or like a pre-built step, so you have it here, right? This one is the thing that I want to do. Is this one is basically associated with this project. It's a pre-built step, and as a pre-built step, what we will do is we will generate similar to this file, which we currently do in CMake. So we register the system. So for the graphics thing, it would be this two things. And if I create a new system in here as a file, so here you can see that it inherits from Onyx Engine system. So basically what I want to do in SIG is I look at all my classes for a module. So like one of those. Collect all the things that inherit from one type. and then I write out a generated file that does that. Oh, okay. Ah, yeah, you mentioned it once already. Yeah, you were waiting in a waiting room because she was in surgery. Yeah, sorry. You mentioned that already once. That you spent the night at the hospital waiting for her. So yeah, that is the current plan. That's the easier one. But I mean, currently I'm struggling with SIG more than with what I'm trying to do. That's like just really. Why would you make it this painful? Where is the SIG documentation? SIG. Is that just a thing that they fricked with like the latest one, or is it? Wait, array list aligned. Okay, so array list aligned is not it. Okay, this one is as well not it. Maybe. I'm not sure about that, but maybe, yeah. Maybe they need to learn that. I mean, I'm already thinking maybe it should be like some sort of like technical thing, like maybe coding or something like that, like as a base thing that you learn at school. I think would be quite handy in like today's age. Similar like how you learn math and your language. So in 15 it was already kinda garbage, not gonna lie. Append bounded. So we could do append bounded, I guess. But for that we would need to know how big it is. I guess. I see. So that will work, but then we need to be sure that this is good enough, like big enough. Then we can do this. And I'm not sure about that one, but let's see if that works. Okay, maybe not. Why do you think that it's const? I'm not telling you it's const. Can I do test here? Is that working? No. I'm doing something wrong. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I want to be like, I want to get surgery with ChatGPT. That sounds like fun. I don't know why it has to make it so difficult. Cast array list. Do I need to do try here because it can fail? Is that it? I have no idea what it wants from me. I have really no idea where it thinks it's const. Because that is not const. Directly with empty. What does that take? Does that take an allocator or not? Ah, no, that is really just empty. It's useless. I mean, I guess, and then you can... I don't know, that interface is like just cursed for no reason. I don't know why you would want to do that. I think the old one was better that I found. I do understand that they want to be like explicit with the memory, but I mean, they are... Const U8 sounds like star const T to me. No, but I mean, I think that is right that you do it like that. Wait, let me... Can I see... no, not that one. This one here. String hash map. See, it has this as well as a type for the string. I mean, see, they store the... Maybe I write the wrapper around the fucking array list, because holy shit, I don't know why you would not allow me to do that in a nicer way. I don't know why they went away with that thing that they did, but yeah, I'm not sure what... Because this is a var, so it's not const here. And then I go in here and I call this, and it's not const here either, and then... Yeah, just fails here. Sick. Ah, wait, is it? Do I need to do this? No, right? That would make it a pointer, which is kind of weird. No, it should be working like that. This should be a like a reference, right? Or does it always pass it by const? But that would be kind of weird. Oh well. I mean, here it does this, right, with a pointer. Maybe I need to do that? And then I maybe need to dereference it? I have no idea, man. Grasping after straws here. Let's see, is there a documentation? Probably not, right? Struct union functions. Okay. Pass by value. Pass by reference. Yeah, that's exactly what I want, and that's what it does, right? That's fair. Type reflection we don't need, so that should work. It just doesn't work. Great. Let's see, is it maybe like that? Oh, probably not, right? No, it should be a array list, but for the fuck's sake. I mean, we probably need to do that, right? Because we can throw here technically with this try. But even all of that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't want to do that anyways. And I am not sure why. The error is like... Oh wait, it actually does... Well, we can do try here. Try here, and do we throw? Yeah, we do. But yeah, we will be back to... Yeah, this one exactly. So the self claims to be a... This claims to be expected type. But it doesn't even say that it's const here. send herb. I have no idea why it thinks it's const. Because it clearly says that it's const here, but I don't understand why. Clearly does it as well for the self type, which is the namespace stack. Can I just do this? Can I trick it? Damn it. Can I do... Can I trick it? Damn it. Almost. Oh no, it is the same. Oh wait, okay, then here I take the pointer and it's back to const. But why? Why does this var stack this? Oh god, this namespace stack. Why does this result into const aligned? Hello? And that just makes this to a pointer, so it's not non-const either. That doesn't change either. That is bizarre. Let's ask a ChatGPT. Maybe it knows it. Probably not, right? Because it's... okay. It claims I need a star in front. But... that clearly doesn't work. It does work. So if I then do... so that is a weird thing, but okay. So we always need to pass a pointer or what? But then I need to... is it like that? Expected type. Or do I need to dereference it before? Man, I have no idea. But that didn't work before either, so... is this related? Well, that's from 2018, but... But I mean, they said that in the... They said that in the... I mean, okay, it's not exactly the same, okay. But they said that those are copied in. So it's not exactly the same. It's not exactly... Yeah, it's not exactly the same. Dig pass array list to function. Nope. Oh, why so bright? Ah, that was so much nicer. Why did you change it? I think I'm going back in the SIG version because holy shit, was the array list better. Yeah, exactly, but then how do I dereference a pointer? Dereference. Dereference. How do I dereference? Pointer dereference. Okay, but didn't I do that? So didn't I do this star? If that works now, I did that before. Okay. It stopped doing anything or what? Oh no. What the hell is going on? Or do I just need to do this? But that didn't work either, right? Because then we are back to... Jesus, how hard can it be? Insane. Okay, let's do... Does that work? Almost. And then... No. We're basically in the same... How do I need to... No. Jesus, maybe I stop with this shitty language. The arrows are almost as useful as in C++. Don't know what you want from me, dear Sig. And I really don't think you're very helpful. That's how it is in all the examples online, but it just doesn't work. Oh, that's insane. You mean it's maybe namespace? I mean, I don't think it is, but I mean, we might as well try. No. I mean, it's like so bizarre. Expected star T found T. Oh, or is it? No, wait, what? It's not like that, right? No. It has to be like that, but stack. Wait. What? Oh, is it here that I need to pass it here as... Is that what you're telling me? Do I do it like this? Ah, that was it, okay. Why do you... Oh, come on, God. Why do you point me to the wrong direction then? Okay. Jesus. Alright. Errors in SIG are not that more helpful than in C++. I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess it did, but the name was... Yeah, it was probably my... Yeah, it was me being stupid. I take it back. I should have looked more at the line error. I thought it's just complain like the stack trace was just, okay, it's called from this and then there, but yeah, it's me reading the error wrong. All good. I take it back. Me not SIG. It's me, not Zig. But yeah, we need to really pass down the allocator. Unless, I mean, I do this big enough. But I really don't want to. I mean, maybe we do it big enough. I don't know. Let's do namespace stack 20. We need scope stack. which will be a tuple. Can I do a tuple here? Like, there was a documentation here about tuples. Sig. Tuple? Tuples. Can I do an anonymous tuple? Can I do something like have a type here? Like that. Oh god. I want this. And I mean I could do a type for it. It's fine as well. Does that work? No, I guess it doesn't really work, right? Expected equals. Okay, I mean maybe that doesn't work. I know it does. I mean it kinda. Maybe I need to do struct. Oh, okay, okay. Do I want to use 16? I'm not sure. What would I want to store? It's basically the scope lever. And probably I mean maybe it's just actually maybe never mind, maybe we don't do that. Maybe I just do that. That's a scope stack. Or we could store the U16 here. Now let's store the scope here. Now we put in that one here. And that one here. That one definitely needs to be bigger than 20 probably in the end, but for now it's fine for the test thing that we do. Let's call this namespace stack again. And this is the scope stack. This is namespace stack and slice. And then scope stack here is basically every time we enter a scope, we do a scope stack plus equal plus well, sorry, append bounded for now. Why not? Because we don't have anything else. We do this. Question if that works or if we need the double colons, because maybe this is a char and that doesn't want it. I don't know. And then every time we leave a stack, we pop it. So we first pop it from the scope stack, const popped stack or popped scope. Why is that? Oh yeah, because we don't use it. And if popped scope equals, yeah, the thing is, all right, that's a bit of a problem. Because we don't know the don't know that this opening bracket belongs to this scope here. But yeah, that would be basically opening scope kind, which is 67. I will take a quick toilet break and then I come back, and yeah, let's think about that, how we could do that. We could as well go to a recursive function that would make this a little bit simpler, but I think I would like to do it iteratively so that we don't run into like too much recursion here. So it's definitely possible, it's just, yeah, need to think about it a little bit more. Be right back. Alright. So, we could always store everything with it, but we could as well actually not store the scope stack. Well, we don't do that, sorry. But we actually really do only the scope. Like that. Scope. U32. And we increment the scope, we decrement the scope. And if scope is namespace stack items length. But is that how many items are in there, or is that how big the capacity is? I hope it's the last one. So basically, if that is that, right? So if I think we need to do that beforehand. Then we pop. Pop. Left. Yes. Opt. Namespace. Is that... No, that doesn't necessarily... Oh, that doesn't work right. I think what could work is if we get the last one and we store the depth with it. We could do that, but is that really helpful? Like, is that really good? Maybe a recursion is actually the better way to go here. I mean, we could do a struct here of that and the U32. It could be a U8, but it doesn't really matter. Now we append here a thing like that plus the scope. Is that not how you do it? Oh, well, yeah, okay, yes, of course. This and the U32 struct. We could make a struct for that. Is it like that? Okay, maybe. And then let's not do that for now. Let's not do that. And then if we leave our scope here, var last, or like current namespace, if current namespace add 1, yeah, that's the ugly part, right? Is the scope, then we pop it basically. I think that should work-ish. Is it the nicest thing? No. Okay. Okay, let's create a how do I do that again? Type. Yeah, exactly, something like that, right? scope. And then this, and we do identifier is a array of const u8 and scope at u32. And then this is basically that. And this is that. This then is scope. And this is hopefully that. No. Where is it? Eh? Another beautiful error. So we do this and here. Wait, is it that I need to... Scope info. Okay, maybe we can do that const, right? But where? Where do you do that? Ah, wait, no. That should work, right? 77. Oh, am I blind again? Where do you see in the arrow here 77? But okay, let's see. 77, 22. 80, okay. Ah, here. Oh, yeah. Those arrows are... Oh, god damn it. Okay, this one needs to be... this and then... identifier. Why did it not put it here that it's like that? But okay. Is it even that? How do I need to... No, do I need to... Do I need to do that? I still don't know. What the hell? Ah, yeah, okay. Makes sense. That it said that it would do that. If... namespace stack... There's no empty? Okay. Unfortunate that it doesn't have an empty function, but okay. That I need to wrap it like that is, I swear. Whatever. Left namespace definition. No. Oh yeah, I know why. Well, okay, yeah, okay, fair. But it kind of works until it doesn't. think. Let's actually leave out this print for now again. I'm not sure if I'm happy with how that works. Probably I will need to rethink the iterative approach, but okay, yeah, we left 2 namespaces, which makes sense because we have 2 namespaces in this round. All right. But probably I need to handle this a little bit different. So in the Python one, I called everything recursively, which is fine, it works, but I didn't really like it. Did here, yeah. So here, what I did is I walked the CPP class, and then if I have one, I walk down the tree. Otherwise, I call myself again. Which kind of works. But it's not very nice either. So I think the iterative approach is nicer, but yeah, it needs a little bit of thinking how we want to do it properly. But yeah, a lot of rough edges for, to be honest, SIG. For that, like a colleague of mine was like, oh, SIG is so awesome, SIG is like the next big thing. It has some nice things, and I will definitely continue with the project on SIG because I don't like Python. So we will suffer through that. But things like that I need to give it the allocator, and I need to give it the allocator for every append. Not a big fan. The slices are nice, I have to say. I mean, I do know people that like Python, don't get me wrong. But yeah. So there are a couple of things that are annoying, like this one. I mean, I do understand it now and I can live with that. I think that C++ has something like a reference is nicer than that, even though it's just syntactic sugar. Hey, Entor, thank you. Welcome. So there's a couple of things that I like about it, about SIG. A couple of things that I don't like. I think I would prefer as well if they have a string type. Even though it is just that, like, in the end, so I guess that's why they chose it, to be more explicit. Because maybe with that people know that basically a string is just a U8 array. And in C++ with std string you kinda lose that knowledge. If you are not super interested in it. So yeah, there's a couple of things that I think pros and cons, I guess. But what I think I need to do is I need to wrap array lists for myself, so that I can just store the allocator and do that internally. I'm not sure why they went away with that. It's really weird. I mean, I guess we could do that now already. Source. Now we need similar to that. I mean, not quite similar to that, but kind of. How do I do that actually? How do I make it dynamic type? Array list. Ah, comp time. Okay. Oh, okay. But how do I store that then? Aligned T. Okay, that's... Jeez. Alright, I will look that up later. Maybe we don't do it. Then I return a struct. Oh, okay. I see. That's interesting. Fascinating. Wait, two managed. Oh, there is a managed one. Is that the one I want? Is there an array list managed? Is that what I want? But isn't that... Two managed? No, that is the same thing. Ah, was it deprecated? I didn't see. Was it deprecated? Two managed? Or what? Ah, yeah. Really don't know why you would deprecate that one. Unfortunate. I guess they really want to be super specific. But how? Does that mean that I can, with that interface, I can allocate from different places into the same array list? That feels weird as well, doesn't it? I could give it like two different allocators for two different... I mean, I guess it moves and everything. If it has to resize, it probably moves everything. Anyways, to the new allocator space, but still kinda weird. I mean, yeah, it has pros and cons, I guess. I just think it would be nice if you give me a interface that would work automatically, but I guess they just removed it to be more explicit for the memory. With the memory. I mean, okay. Fair. Whatever. I think I will call it a day for today. We will continue tomorrow. And now we will hopefully get the type database running. So basically I'm trying to parse all the types currently. And it's basically the same that I do in... Does it still build? Hopefully. It's the same that I do in... Exactly, in Python. So this currently runs Python. Array list is not fixed. You always need to give it a allocator. That's the pain. So array list takes an allocator in the init capacity and then it allocates this, and then you can do append bounded, which asserts if you run out of scope, out of space, or you can do an append, but then you need to give it the allocator again, which is, in my point of view, a little bit stupid. I mean, I guess no, if I would want to do that, I could do a move or something like that, or like a copy or a move or something like that, and I move it to a new allocator. This really is a weird interface. You mean for the code, like code generation? Yeah, it's quite common. So the most common combinations is C, like C++ for the engine, of course, itself and for the game. Tools are often written in C sharp. It's mainly because most of the game's business runs on Windows, right? And C sharp was always very good on Windows for like small tools. So for example, Anvil, the engine for Assassin's Creed, has the whole editor, like what you know as Unity, for example, the Unity editor or Unreal editor. The Anvil editor, where you build scenes and stuff like that, was fully written in C sharp. And then you had like a viewport that rendered the output of the C++ game. Yeah, with a network connection and stuff like that. Or maybe it was inter-process communication. Not sure. I think it was. Yeah, it probably was inter-process thing. Anyways, and the current proprietary engine that I work with. It's true. I wanted to ask my company if I'm allowed to say. I think I'm allowed to say where I'm working now. I think I asked already once. But yeah, basically I work for Remedy currently, like in CodeF. So their engine as well uses C# for the editor. Snowdrop used C++. No, wait, let me think. Yeah, no, Snowdrop used C++ for the editor. I don't understand what you mean with that. Scare off people. Oh, okay. No. It's quite common, as I said. And then there was some Python stuff as well in Ubisoft. There is now some Python stuff at the current company I work for as well. But not really something sophisticated. Like the Python stuff is most of the times just scripts, like small scripts that run and do like execute some other applications or stuff like that. For tools, it's really common to use C# in the games industry, I would say. Either C# or stick to C++ if it's something very, very close to the engine. Language there is. Really? Damn. No, I mean, yeah. I think it's mostly that in the games business. C++, and C#, and a little bit of Python from like now and then. And then you're pretty good. But there's not really a lot of Python experts, at least in the companies that I had. It was really just scripts and like hacking it together. Ugh. TypeScript. Alright, I will call it a day. I'm tired. We will see each other tomorrow again with some more SIG action. Maybe I get used to it. Yeah, I have someone in my company who really likes it. I don't understand it, to be honest. I just don't like JavaScript, and TypeScript is for me kind of the same. I mean, it is like a sub. How do you say it? A super thing of JavaScript. Whatever. Yeah, whatever how you say it, but I don't know. Again, it has its use cases, right? And I'm not flaming anyone who does it. A superset, yeah, exactly. And I don't like it, but again, I'm not like a person that says like, oh, you are a worse programmer or anything like that if you do that, because that's just not true. And we wouldn't have the same internet if there weren't people that are really good at JavaScript. Or like some tools as well. Like Discord is as well, I think. Isn't Discord as well JavaScript thing? Or was that... No, I think it is, right? So yeah, there's a bunch of cool things done with it. It's just not something I like. Maybe. I will plead the fifth here. Again, yeah, as I said, I'm not a big fan of those things, but everybody has different views and opinions, and yeah. I really dislike Node.js and all that stuff. For me, it always felt weird. Like, I tried it in the past, writing a couple of Node.js stuff, or the smaller things, but never really liked it. C# on the other hand, I really like overall, for like tools and stuff like that. C# is really awesome. And you can do already very performant stuff in C# as well. Alright, enough yapping. Have a nice rest, everyone. Yeah, I thought about C#, but there is no nice... at least yesterday I googled it a little bit. There is no nice version of 3-seater for C#, and I didn't want to manually build it myself. I was a bit lazy for that. But maybe I will reconsider. I don't know, because yeah, I wanted to try Sig as well. So I did it today. Let me think about it again. Maybe we go back to C#. I will think about it. But yeah. Exactly. That's a good meme. Alrighty, have a nice rest of your evening. See you tomorrow, maybe for Sig, maybe for C#, maybe for Python. Let's see what I'm up to. No, just kidding. It's either that or C#. Maybe I will look at C# again today before going to sleep now. But yeah. Hell, no, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, I've never tried Rust. But then again, I never tried Sig before today. But I think with that array list, they kinda killed my hope for this language for now. It's just painful. Alright. For the 10th time, see you tomorrow. Have a nice rest of your evening. Bye bye. And good night.